George Corley Wallace was born on August 25, 1919 in Clio, Alabama, a small sun-bleached town where red dirt roads wound past. Cotton fields and church steeples rose against the sky. He was the son of a farmer and a homemaker, raised during the hard-scrabble years of the Great Depression. Poverty, pride, and perseverance shaped his early view of the world, a world that seemed divided not only by class and color, but by who held power and who did not. As a young man, Wallace showed both charm and drive at the University of Alabama School of Law. He developed a reputation for quick wit and a photographic memory. After serving as a staff sergeant in the U.S. Army Air Corps during World War II, he returned to his home state with a mission to rise in politics, to be a voice for the common man. Though history would record that his version of the common man carried all the contradictions of the South he came to embody. In 1947, Wallace was elected to the Alabama House of Representatives. Charismatic and ambitious, he soon became a state judge and then governor, first taking office in 1963. That year, Alabama stood at the epicenter of America's most turbulent era. The civil rights movement was spreading from Montgomery to Birmingham, from Selma to every courthouse and classroom in the South. Wallace's infamous inaugural promise: segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever, would define him to the nation and the world. Standing in the schoolhouse door at the University of Alabama in 1963, he defied federal desegregation orders in a spectacle broadcast worldwide to supporters. He was a defender of states' rights, to opponents a symbol of bigotry and obstruction. Either way, he became the face of resistance, his words burning into the conscience of America. Yet George Wallace was more than a caricature of hatred or defiance. He was a shrewd political operator, an expert reader of emotion and fear. His populism, fiery, theatrical, and relentless, attracted working-class voters who felt abandoned by Washington. He ran for president 4 times, carrying 5 states in 1968, and shaking the foundations of both political parties. He spoke not in policy, but in passion, in the language of resentment and pride that resonated far beyond Alabama. But fate, in its brutal symmetry, brought him to his own moment of reckoning in 1972. While campaigning for the presidency in Maryland, Wallace was shot by an assassin's bullet. Paralyzed from the waist down, he would spend the rest of his life in a wheelchair. The injury did more than change his body, it changed his heart. In later years, he publicly apologized for his segregationist stance, meeting with civil rights leaders, including John Lewis, to express regret. I was wrong, he told them, those days are gone. From that moment forward, Wallace became a paradox of Southern transformation, a man who both represented and outlived an era of defiance. In his final terms as governor, he appointed African Americans to state positions, visited black churches, and sought redemption in service and humility. Some saw sincerity, others saw calculation, but to Alabama themes of Alabama's 20th century lay entwined: oppression and courage, resistance and repentance. Wallace's name still divides, yet his story reminds the world that history is written not only in glory, but in growth, in the flawed and human attempts to change, however late. Son of Cleo, governor of Alabama, symbol of defiance turned voice of reflection. His life remains a mirror for a state and a nation still learning what it means to move beyond its past, while never forgetting it.